Welcome to the Fae Court. Divided, yes, but strong individually, perhaps even stronger together. We're going to start building this world with a timeline of growth. We know where we begin, but in order to contextualize how we got here, we're each going to surmise an event that has severely impacted how these factions of Fae view each other. I would love to start with the Summer Court. Jenel,
Okay.
in the timeline of growth, there are many events that have taken place from the dawn of your civilization to the night, which is where we will find you in just a few moments. I would love to begin at the dawn slot. Please roll me a d4.
Okay. I don't know what's happening, but I'm very excited.
I don't either, but here we go.
I'm excited.
Strong 3.
Okay, wonderful. I think this is beautiful for the dawn of your Fae faction civilization. Give me an event, the earliest event that any factions can remember. A beautiful event, ending with an alliance, a truce, or an agreement with another faction. And this is the dawn of all factions, but you're speaking for your own here. So what's a lovely event that took place that had a fortuitous outcome a long, long time ago?
Okay, only because we did just joke about this right before hopping on. Clearly the summer court held like a Woodstock. that was like this big, beautiful music festival of love and peace, and all the factions were invited, and we all had a beautiful, amazing time. And that is when the seasons were created.
I love that. The summer court, holding a music festival that lasted what humans would think of as years, but seemed as just a nice afternoon to the Fae, seemed to truly show the power of music and community and what that can do for a civilization. Perhaps out of that music festival, at the dawn of all seasons, is where the first seed of tension was planted. I would love to talk to the Autumn Court next. Please roll me a d4.
That's a 3 as well.
Wonderful. We're going to move on to the day event. A music festival has happened years and years ago. Factions are now being settled season by season. And in the day of the timeline of your existence, another beautiful event, ending with an alliance or a truce and agreement. It seems like the Fae are peaceful, loving, connected people. What event occurred that proves that?
I think that the Autumn Court had twin heirs, and one went to summer and one went to winter, as a way to not favor a court. So the Autumn Court, in compassion and kindness and good for all people, spread themselves thin to allow everyone to be united.
That's a beautiful sacrifice and a show of faith from the Sporegrest. It seems like this timeline is off to an auspicious start. I'm sure nothing could go wrong. Our Winter Court, could you please roll me a d4?
What happens if we all roll 3s and just good stuff?
It's going to be incredible.
How do we
Just wait.
start a
I have
war?
a plan for that.
Meadow has contingencies.
What'd you get?
What'd you get?
A 3! Things are getting better and better. Oh! We're on a roller coaster that only goes up, baby! In between the day and the dusk of your timeline, there is a crescendo of joy and understanding. that takes place between your court and another, or maybe multiple? What is that event, this burgeoning of goodwill that's almost overwhelming, almost to bursting, one might say?
I think that the show of force and trust from the Autumn Court is something that leads to a level of confiding where the underground, the Winter Court, expresses their curiosity to explore what lies beneath. We tend to enjoy the greenery, we tend to enjoy the skies, we tend to enjoy the blossoming, but all of that comes from beneath. And if beneath has the capacity to bring all of these things out, what else can there be there? And I think that is a share that happens with the Autumn Court that maybe encourages us, if not fully supports us, to take that exploration further.
Absolutely. And the Winter Court has always been known as some of the most innovative people of the Fae. When all the other Fae were looking up as the first snow came down around you, rejoicing in the ice, dancing on the snowflakes as they fall, your people were looking down, entranced with the possibilities. And of course, winter falls to spring. So, our spring court, I would love for you to roll me a d4, please.
Okay. I rolled a 4.
Incredible. This is also a good thing.
Okay.
A little different than an alliance or a truce. And when I say a good thing, I mean for me.
Oh,
Because on
Okay.
a 4, on the dusk of your civilization, a long-standing, prosperous alliance fell through very suddenly. What was that alliance that fell through, and why did it happen?
Oh my gosh. An alliance that fell through. I think because the Spring Court care very deeply about beauty, and loyalty and other things that are nice. I think that during their when winter turns to spring, spring normally holds a very big picnic for everyone. And I think the spark of it all was maybe some snark from the Autumn Court and talking about how much better the Autumn Court probably is. When actually Spring was like, well, we invited you here. We invited you to our land and we decided to have a nice time together. And you're just boasting about leaves turning red? Okay. So I think that was like the first of it. And because of that, there was a big fight. And nobody got a single jar of honey from the big fuzzy bumblebees. No one got any that year.
It was known as the year of the first sting. The first slight felt by any of the Fae, the lack of honey, which the Autumn Court, as the healers know, is necessary. Local honey, local pollen keeps you healthy. It allows you to heal. And the Spring Court, over a petty slight, decided to deny you that medicine and that help and that sweetness. That alliance crumbled, as many do. And now, in the night of our civilization, I will roll the final d4. Incredible. In the night of our becoming, of finding out what it means to be Fae and what it means to be a people, a solitary, catastrophic event that one faction will face alone. I'm going to roll for it of which faction will face this catastrophic event where no allies come to help.
Ooh, rough.
It's 2. We started with summer and then autumn. The autumn court. After your alliance fell through with the court of spring, a sickness spread through the rest. Innocence that you could not heal. People lost that your allies could not help you save. All because the spring court withheld a little bit of honey. This catastrophic loss, Autumn Court, I need you to reflect as 3 resource points lost. You may allocate those where you will.
I think we're going to remove 2 from export because without people alive, we have less people to make stuff to make.
Indeed.
And then the 3rd, I'll put in fortification to show that the trust of the other courts to come to our aid has been lessened, as we're not a court of walls and structure and division. We are a court of conversation, and knowing that one single court not allowing others to be uplifted alongside them in terms of beauty led to such a petty decision that it would kill multiple of my people. They no longer feel fortified in their social endeavors as they once did.
Indeed. And such reveals how petty slights can ripple. And in the night of our civilization, one person in a very powerful position of power breathes their last breath, setting into motion a tradition of finding someone in any of the 4 factions to take their place. And that is where we will begin our game. The sun rises on Lysalia, a Fey kingdom split into 4 factions, and at the center of it all, one seat of power spins the tenuous threads of peace at the loom, that of the Weaver, an emissary for all 4 factions, mediating, delegating, some would even say ruling all of Lysalia. And the last Weaver has died. Now, the Tournament of Thorns, the festival put on to decide who the new Weaver will be, is being held at the Spring Court, a vibrant realm where lush green gardens are filled with flowers of every hue and every size, where the dew shimmers like jewels in that early morning sunshine. And in the royal garden, we see delicate butterflies flitting from blossom to blossom, trading secrets with each other as they do. Industrious bees are humming little melodies as they gather nectar for later on, probably sweet wine for the festivities. The air itself is just sweet, with the scent of honeysuckle and jasmine. It's like the breeze itself is a symphony here. From the royals you can see strolling around the garden, you see that they are wearing garments woven from petals and leaves, adorned with intricate patterns that mimic the garden around them. Spring Court We see your high authority pawn wandering through the royal gardens to reach the pond where a water lily riverboat is waiting. Please, tell us what we see as you were escorted down into the riverboat, spider silk lace curtains obscuring the inside for privacy, just as you peer in and see someone waiting for you.
Okay, so we see Duchess Cherry Blossom, who is who her hair is sort of resembles cherry blossoms, and her dress is in really nice pink, very much that like really bright, beautiful pink, and it's also textured like flower petals. Um, she is about maybe in her 40s, or appears to be in her 40s. And she's just ready to step in and notices that someone's there. Um,
You see someone from the Autumn Court inside. Autumn Court, please give me either your trader or your commoner. With the knowledge that you have been sent here to give the Duchess information about the tournament. If you choose to cast your trader in this scene, the information you give, whatever that may be, will be true and helpful to the House of Bouquet, but devastating to your court, the Autumn Court. But if you are a commoner, whatever you do or say will be deceptive and underhanded in this moment. So please cast us upon and let us know what we see.
You would see. Do I need to say which of my characters is entering? Which
Nope.
pawn roll? Cool. You would see a younger but very tired behind the eyes woman walking in. She has beautiful wings that, when put up together, look like a single giant maple leaf. She is wearing a very brilliant red, almost like on fire of like an ash ember tree, just robe that comes down, and you could tell that she is a doctor or wearing the doctor clothing of the Autumn Court. She carries on her side a jar full of honey, and next to it a couple other vials, and she just presents herself and walks in for the summon that she was given.
Yeah, you are sitting in this riverboat. There is Duchess, a footman with you that is dressed kind of like an orchid mantis, so like white with specks of purple and fuchsia in odd shapes but flowy fabrics, and begins moving the riverboat down. This water lily pad starts to float away. You have decided to speak here privately, for very obvious reasons. Who speaks first?
You summoned a commoner. It would be upsetting
Okay, well,
of
fine.
them to talk first.
So, Duchess Cherry Blossom sits across from her person and brushes whatever she has on her shoulders, could just be her hair, and leans over to the side and looks down her nose at you and is like, well, do you have the information that I'm looking for?
I do, and I am glad that you are so willing to start with pleasantries and not demands, such as one befitting of a court of your own.
Thank you. Completely oblivious to what you just said.
What is it specifically you were hoping to gain information of?
I need to know what the Autumn Court is up to, what they're planning to do in the games, and I, of course, you will be paid a pretty penny.
Give me a parlay here.
Okay.
We're gonna call this a DC. I mean, they've already come. We'll say this will be a DC 4.
Okay. 4.
Incredible.
So it explodes, right?
No, my parlay is a 6.
On a 4, Autumn Court, you do see the lean in here and how helpful you being to this Duchess, how that could come around to making your life a lot easier. Even though you're in a different faction, helping someone in a position of higher status or power than you could reap very good benefits. So I would say you are persuaded in the direction of telling them what they want to know. That doesn't mean that you will. What do you say in response?
Well, as a court of honor, it would only make sense for us to send in one of our highest, who would have the best chance of filling the Weaver role. Wouldn't it?
I believe so, and who would that be?
We're going to send in the prince, heir to the throne.
The heir, she says. Oh my goodness. What an interesting choice. Sounds a little desperate, no?
Sounds like a people that are willing to show that they are all for one and not hiding in castles and moats.
Huh. Interesting choice. Well. Also, darling, what is your name? I completely forgot to ask at the beginning. My pleasantries.
Did. Yes, so pleasant. You can call me Foley.
Foley. Wonderful. So tell me more about this prince.
Would you like to have tea while we talk?
Of course. And I think she snaps her fingers at her footman and
Yes,
says,
absolutely.
"We're looking for teacups and kettle."
Of course, miss.
I
One
will thank
second.
you on her behalf.
Yes. And they're trying to like stop the riverboat and go to like open up a bunch of like the seats underneath where usually you would keep, if you were a human, life vests, but instead tea. So there's like a bunch of teacups. There's a little kettle. This footman snaps their fingers and a little fairy fire lights up underneath the kettle, and they just kind of hold their finger there shaking, hoping that it lights the water enough to make proper tea. It is poured in front of you. You are each served in a cup, but you do notice fully that your cup is very ordinary. Meanwhile, only the best dew crystal has been spared for the Duchess Cherry Blossom. You are able to make some tea. I have to ask, Foley, what are you doing here?
And tea, and was going to maybe see if I can slip something into the other cup.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me, let's call this, would you call this a strategic battle move? Like you're trying to hurt this person?
Above table trying to slip hemlock water into their drink, yes.
Absolutely. We're going to call this an attack.
Okay.
We're going to say that this is going to be... Actually, I have a question, Foytley.
Uh-huh.
You ever poisoned anyone before?
Really easy for her secret to come out, yes.
Okay, then I will lower the DC of this for you. If this is something you
Okay.
have experience in, we'll say this is a 3.
Yeah. For audience, for fun, the little vials next to the honey on her belt, half are medicinal, half are poisons. And so just gonna, do a little nice poisoning.
Absolutely.
You said a 3, right?
Yep.
Got a 3 exact.
On a 3, you have slipped it in there.
Oh, wait,
Duchess.
this is an attack, right?
Yes.
So I get a +2 to that, so it's a 5 then.
Okay, so on a 5, you absolutely easily slip it in there because you didn't beat it by 5. I am going to give the Duchess here a chance to do some recon and see if she notices.
Okay.
Because you beat my DC, this means your DC will be a little higher, Duchess. We're going to put this at a 6. You can watch something being added if you are lucky. You can catch this if you're lucky.
What is that? Oh, it's a 4!
it explode?
Yes!
Okay, go ahead and roll me a d6. You need a 2 on that d6 to succeed.
I'm gonna use my new dice. Okay. Okay. La la la. Oh my gosh, I exploded again!
Incredible. So we're at 10 so far. Now you can go up to a d8 and add that as well. Go ahead and roll me a d8.
Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. Okay.
I just tried to do a gentle poisoning.
Okay, 7. So 17.
That's 17. Absolutely. You notice that a vial that was full when you sat down, you had turned away to speak to the footman about how you like your tea perfectly prepared. And when you turn back, you notice, just as you're reaching for your cup, that one of those vials at the hip of Foily is empty now. That doesn't mean you think it's poison, but you definitely know that Foily has put something in your drink.
It is a very interesting time, isn't it? We're
What?
so close to the games, and we used to be a united court, so how about I share
And someone
something?
had a way of not keeping that going, didn't they?
Well, it wasn't me, but here, as a show of, I guess, togetherness, wanting to reunite, maybe. Why don't you drink from my cup instead?
Oh, and will you drink from mine?
Of course.
Sure. I have no issue with that.
You swap cups. You each... We have this moment of panning in as both of you refuse to, not lock eyes over the rim of your cups as you wait to the last second to take a sip. Foily,
Mhm.
what happens here?
Would I have a chance to try and do something to help myself in this moment or no?
Absolutely.
I think on the other half, the medicinal side, would be the anti-venom. Would like to very quickly try and push it into her skin to get it in the blood before she sips from it.
Absolutely. Give me, this is pretty sneaky, give me a... We're gonna call this a retreat move.
Okay.
You're trying to heal yourself from poison you know you're going to ingest. So give me a retreat. This is not very difficult. We'll call this another 3.
That explodes. So that was 4.
Okay.
Oh wait, why did I roll a d4 again? That's not how mechanics work. I'm used to single dice explosions. And that's a 1, so 5.
Okay, so on another 5, you kind of grimace, and you notice this grimace, Duchess, as for a moment, it's like, but maybe the tea's just too hot, or maybe you know that there's that something wrong in that cup, and maybe it's taking effect immediately. But you sip this, Foily. It's hot down your throat, and there is a flash of pain. You see Foily's before a calmness. There's a moment of discomfort tinged with panic, but then nothing. And in your cup, do you sip as well, Duchess?
Nope.
Interesting.
She does not. She was holding it here, just watching it happen.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's okay, I would like to say to the footman, arrest them.
Go on, what charge?
This!
I'm just not used to your fineries. I'm sorry you had dust in your chipped glass.
She looks down at the vials and says, really nice vials you have there. Arrest!
Give me, if you would, Springcourt, give me a parlay.
Okay.
This is a diplomatic move here, trying to arrest someone from a different faction that you invited into your space.
Well, she's not a good person.
We're gonna call this a DC, because your footman is not a soldier, he's a footman.
Yep.
So we're gonna call this a DC 8.
I've got it too.
Incredible. On a 2, you see the footman is holding like the stick that pushes the riverboat through and goes, huh? I can't do that. I'll get us back to shore, I will. It's just like gonna start pushing you back to the area. Both of you have about 30 seconds of privacy on this river, a panicked footman, and intent to kill.
Oh, I know what I would like to do. Possibly.
What would you like to do? Wait, because you rolled last, I need to go to Autumn Court.
It's fine.
Foily, is there anything you'd like to do, knowing that even if you don't get arrested by the footman, the Duchess is going to push to have you reprimanded or punished for what you've attempted?
That escalates Foily's plans so much. I think in that case, what they would do is... You said it's like 30 seconds, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I think what they would do is grab the honey vial and the 2 other toxins and crush them all together to try and make a poison gas that will infect all 3 people on the boat.
Give me... Okay, here's what we're gonna do.
It's recon-y, right?
No. I am going to say first...
Uh-huh.
No, we're not going to break this up into 2 rolls. I'm not going to give you the chance to explode over this. Go ahead and give me an attack roll. Because you have everything on your person, and, we're going to see if this just works first. Okay. And if it does, then, my lovely Duchess, you'll be responding to this. Go ahead and give me an attack roll. This is going to be a 5.
Okay, so I don't need to explode. I just need a 3 or a 4. That's a 4. So we're at a 6 right now.
Okay.
That is a 6 on their 6. So we're at a 12. This one's an 8.
Explode again.
This is exciting. This is so many dice. That's a 5, so a 17.
On a 17. Pure... Actually, I don't want to speak for you. What is the emotion that floods through you, this righteousness, as you collide these ingredients together and a cloud of yellow smoke begins to fill up this riverboat?
You see a very mixed look of relief and sadness, as she's not imagining she's going to survive this. So she's upset that the people back home will lose one of their best doctors, but she's very relieved that she no longer needs to be the primary poisoner for the Assassin's Guild, which was not something she ever wanted to do, but it kept the apothecary running. And so she at least looks down and is like, well, if I couldn't survive, at least I got my country a little bit better. And crushes them all together, creating this very toxic cloud.
The cloud is filling up this laced, curtained riverboat. The footman is already covering his mouth. It's harder to see which direction the shore is now. Duchess, what do you do?
I don't know if this is allowed. Can the Duchess just yeet herself out of the gondola?
Absolutely. You can attempt to do so. This is going to be a retreat roll.
Okay.
This is difficult because you can't really see.
Yeah.
And it's very high stakes because if you don't make it, you die. Mm-hmm. So we're going to put this at a 12, which is the tough and high stakes DC threshold.
Okay, that was a 4. Ah! Okay.
Exploded. You're at a D6.
Okay, yep. Okay, damn it. Well, that is an 8 total.
Okay. On an 8 total, Duchess, you hike up your skirts. You've been royal for long enough. You're not going to let this get you. You wave out some yellow smoke and push yourself forward just to jump out of this area, and you feel stretching, tangled in the now sticky spider lace silk of those curtains. We can see the face of the Duchess pressed against trying to get out as strolling royals promenade down the garden, looking at the lovely trail of yellow smoke. Must be for the festival. We pan out and see a riverboat drift slowly off course. We hear one thud, another, and a final thud. As we cut from here to a very different faction, they're in this area, in the Underlands, the Winter Court, deep beneath the earth. A court of tunnels and burrows, an entire hidden world of shadow. The camera speeds down winding tunnels and expansive caverns that are illuminated by the soft glow of luminescent crystals that have been embedded in the walls. The air is cool and damp and smells like wet earth and moss. And we pass fae after fae, who are cloaked in different clothes made from rich, dark fabrics that kind of mimic the texture of the earth or of bark or of roots. And here, tasked with seeing the festivities shipments making it to the Tournament of Thorns safely, Wintercourt, please give me your soldier. And tell me what we see as you are escorting barrels and barrels of different liquors being rolled up the tunnel exit to be delivered to the Spring Court for the Tournament of Thorns.
You see the soldier Okora Buldan, she's a warrior of the underground. Her figure is slender but fit. It's clear when you look at this person that this person is durable. They are stern. They're not stiff though. They can be graceful if they want to. Their clothing is dark and earth tones. The cloak that drapes over her has something that where you would think there would be fur, there's actually strands of thin root that have been very meticulously overlaid to create that effect to protect the shoulder area. She wields a very intricately designed weaponry of blade and spear. Her skin is pale, not just regular pale, but the type of pale that you start to inherit by the lack of sunlight. And her hair is white, just completely white, as her eyes have this bioluminescent flicker that hints to their ability to navigate the darkness of the underground way more easily. She's rugged, she is steadfast, and she is observing this and watching the whole display with a very meticulous, organized manner.
Well, then give me a recon, please, as you're overhearing some of the younger workers talking about who they think the Weaver will be and what they think the tournament's going to be like and what games are going to be played. They're young, but they're not slacking. They're doing their work, but you're keeping such a close eye, you may overhear what they're saying. And this is going to be a DC 3, easily accomplished for sure.
It wasn't, it's a 2.
Okay. On a 2, what you hear from these young workers is, well, it's not going to be anybody from the Winter Court, I tell you that. You know, nothing ever happens for us down here. It's like they forget we're down here or something. It's crazy. And you hear the other one respond in a mumble, but you can't hear what they're saying. All you've heard so far is a little bit of disloyalty in this youth.
I think Okora doesn't hear the other person, and part of her wishes she would have. But you can tell that she doesn't move, she's just staring. There is this sense of her eyes will let you know that she's looking at you, and
Yeah.
these people know who is the person overseeing this.
You see that one of them looks over their shoulder and kind of catches your eye and goes, I didn't mean nothing by it. You know, hey, back to work, and starts hurriedly pushing the barrel up. You see someone far too old for this type of work detail pushing a barrel. This, you know, is one of the oldest people in your faction who has seen the first Festival of Woods and Stock. They were there, and they should not be doing this. They are clearly struggling. The barrel is going, but it's only 1 inch at a time. And they seem really determined to just keep contributing. You can sense that loyalty in them as they struggle, and then the barrel begins to roll back on them, overpowering them. What do you do?
Immediately on, just charging to make sure that that barrel stops.
Yeah, give me... This is an attack move. This is your attack stat. It's going to be pretty easy. You're a lot stronger than they are. So again, we'll put it at a 3.
That is 3 plus 2 for a 5.
Incredible. It's like you were always there. It's a giving Twilight stopping the truck. It's like, boom, the barrel is just suddenly stopped, and you see the elder look up at you and go, I'm real sorry about that. I was trying to do my part. I don't want to feel like I'm letting you down. Don't worry, I got it. These old bones got a little more fight in them yet. And they get back up to try to keep pushing it on their own, with just a nod of thanks to you. Do you let them?
No, Okora places as the old man puts a hand on the barrel to roll it. Okora's hand is on top of his, and she looks at him with a as gentle an expression as a person who believes themselves to have to look tough all the time can provide.
Yeah.
And there is I think your bones have done quite a lot for this faction already, old man. I think it is your wisdom that we could use now, especially the young ones who do have still quite fitting bones. And Okora is going to call the two that were talking, and she's going to add the barrel to their task.
Oh, incredible. This is a bit of intimidation to get them to do this. Go ahead and give me a root check. This is pretty easy. Again, I'll call this one, I'm gonna say a 4. I don't know what your root is, but I'm gonna say a 4.
That is going to explode. It's a 6.
Okay. So you have a 6. Go ahead and roll a d8 and add that too.
And another 6 for a 12.
Okay. On a 12, it's actually quite striking how quickly you can get people to fall in line behind you. They scurry over, they pick it up, and they go, oh, hey, sorry, we didn't know you were, and, like, go to grab it and kind of make some nonsense excuses. They work together to put it on top of their load, and they're a little slowed down now, but you notice the talking has quieted.
Mhm.
And the old man, puts a hand on his back and goes, that's mighty goody. My wisdom. Well, I guess I ought to go talk to those young ones about what it means to be one of us, one of us. And he's going to kind of stagger forward and just start talking these kids' ears off about the old days, dragging barrels uphill both ways to school, the entire rigmarole, as they are looking at him and then looking back at you like, is this part of the punishment?
I think, if I may, like, as he's saying the one of us thing to him, to Okora, Okora has this moment of placing her hand on her chest as he says, roots all, roots one.
Roots all and roots one. And you manage to make it out to the exit tunnel with the barrels and the workers, and you find yourself greeted by a small troop of the garden variety, your enemy. And yet you expected this. They would never trust you to bring absinthe and liquors to their allies without significant supervision. Garden variety. May I please have your young hero, who volunteered for this detail after hearing it would be very close to the Winter Court?
Yes. You see a very tall, muscular man. His skin has like a tint of green to it. And his hair is made out of like a bunch of leafy greens that kind of like fall like very shaggy in his face. His clothing is like his entire upper torso is covered in like patchwork. Think like a fisherman's net with a bunch of shells that are like layered into it. It's kind of his armor with like two large conch shells on either shoulder as pauldrons. He is sort of standing there with a group of other much smaller soldiers, kind of similar in appearance with him. Everybody has like this very shaggy, tousled, grassy hair. And just waiting. We'll tell you from here. Yeah?
Give me a parlay. This is going to be difficult to add for the Winter Court to just give up complete supervision here. We'll call this pretty difficult, but low stakes. We'll call it a 9.
Okay, I got an 8 in parlay, so it's gotta blow up. That's a 5. Oh, I get to add 2. No, that's still a 7 then.
Okay, pretty close. Pretty close. Okora, you see this young man looking like every slacker you've ever hated walk up and go, yeah, and take this from you? What do you say?
I think it's funny because I feel like they just sort of quietly reprimanded 2 like slackers, and then they just exit to just meet the summer court version of that.
Slackers everywhere.
And it's just this thing of, are they serious? This is. And also, I would say, like, it's very interesting for the summer court, for the hero. They will notice that, like, the contrast of the attire on the winter court, of how like sort of roots like and like distressed fabrics and everything is in complete contrast with their like gear and weaponry, which seems to be quite innovative. It seems to have so there's like a huge contrast between the almost shiny presence of their gear and their weaponry versus the very dark, somber attire. And this individual, who I would say is probably she's tall, not too tall, but is looking at you as you take it from here, and Okora looks at them with this eyebrow raise of, we will make sure that this is delivered where it needs to get to. Both of us.
Okay, so like together, and he looks back at everybody else, kind of thinking about the orders he was given by higher ups, and then looks over at Okura. Okay, yeah, we could do that. Do you want us to carry it and then you can just like follow behind or off to the side?
So just so that I have clarification also, Meadow, would my orders have been to just pass on
Nope.
the key? No.
This is the meeting point. You are supposed to take it together. They are specifically here to taste it. They are doing taste tests first to make sure everything is safe. So they're here to do a tasting, and then you will be escorting each other to the final destination.
So I think that so as to not engage in a conversation with this individual that seems to be a little off, I think Okora proceeds to reach for a cup, which is made of clay, to proceed to the tasting. But the way that Okora does it is that they're going to do the taste. They're going to pour the cup How closely would Okora have been to the creation of this liquid?
Do you mean like in this barrel, like this batch, or
in the process of, is Okora just been like, they kind of went, okay, like
you are security and like you're a leader. You're not actually part of the process, so you wouldn't have seen this being made.
Okay. Would there be any reason for her to be distrusting about this?
Always. You know that as the main export of this particular beverage, this is the party juice. This is the only place that people can get this particular stuff. So if anything is ever wrong with a batch, if anyone gets sick off a batch, if anyone poisons one cup, it always comes back to you. It's always your fault. So that's why they do the tests before they go anywhere.
So my question then would be, considering that innovation is one of the tenets of this court, would we have the ability to have developed a decanter of sorts that there's a particular color that the liquid will be should you pour it on this thing?
You know what? Yes, if the dice say it can be so. Give me a grow check. We're going to see if you can have the supplies for this. This is going to be, we will say, a 4. For you to just have one of these decanters on you and for it to exist.
That's a 4?
You absolutely have one.
So
would you like to go ahead and... Yeah, go ahead and roll again.
And a 1, so 5.
Okay, so on that, you would still need to put it in a decanter. Do you do so? Do you begin the testing process?
Yes, I think the Okora being someone that is very much bound to protect the Winter Court.
Yeah.
Their process is they look at this individual in front of them. They're like, okay, they're here for the tasting. Let's get this done the way that it needs to be done. They grab the decanter, they pour on the cup, and then they go ahead and then they pour on the decanter and just sort of like place it on one of the crates as they just wait to see what the process is. I would say that if this decanter is in their persona and they are overseeing this whole thing, they probably would take the time to go through
Sure.
them.
Yeah. Okay. So, as you begin going through them, I'm going to need another check from you, and then we're going to come to our young hero. For this check, Winter Court, go ahead and give me a root check. We're investigating to make sure this is on the up and up. So we'll make this a root of 3.
Okay. That's a 3.
Beautiful. We'll come back and resolve that in just a second, because young hero, would you be scanning this area for any clues or signs to the questions you've been asking yourself for a while now?
Yeah, I think he is only kind of half paying attention to this entire interaction and is actually like, it seems like there is something that's drawing his focus away to be more so monitoring the people who are not engaged in this, right? He's like looking to the periphery of like his
Absolutely.
vision.
Give me a recon check, please. DC 3 as well.
Recon's 4. Nope. Brussel Grow is not very perceptive. He got a 1. That's a 1. It's a
What
hot
are your
one.
tenants?
Our tenants are generosity and freedom.
Okay. So, on a 2. You start scanning. You've never been this close to the Winter Court before. You start scanning the entrance that you saw all of these barrels come out of. There is a faint glow in there of those luminescent crystals I had talked about lining the halls. For a moment, they seem so familiar to you, but you know you've never been here. And before you can peer closer, dig deeper in your memory to figure out what the connection is there. Winter Court, you've found something. But, young hero, Brussel, what you don't realize, that the camera flashes back in your memory to see, is your sister's smiling, eager face as she showed you a brand new engagement ring, made up of a crystal that glowed and looked exactly like that of the Winter Court. Meanwhile, Winter Court, something is wrong here. First barrel, perfect. Second barrel, third barrel. The first dozen are wonderful. These are the oldest ones. So these are like, coming in that reverse order as you're pulling them out. So this is the oldest batch. It's fine. The second you move on to the next dozen barrels, the color in the decanter turns ichor black and begins to bubble on its own. Something is very wrong.
I think Okora, noticing what happens on the second batch, once they are done, I think they reach for the helpers, like the other people that are helping with this loadout from the Winter Court. And they signal to make sure that the 12 that are good are sort of like moved to to be moved to the loadout for to be taken away.
Yeah.
And then he makes sure that, he goes ahead, reaches for another cup to decant from one of the good ones, moves to Blossom,
Russell?
Brussels, sorry, yeah, from Brussels, sort of presents the cup, drinks from it first, and then passes it on to Brussels.
Russell, do you try it out?
I think Brussels like almost goes to automatically drink from it, and then goes, oh right, I'm supposed to ask Jenkins to do this, and turns around and gets another person from the group to come drink it, who is similar vibe, but this guy's made completely of sand. So he's, because I assume that they knew that they were coming here to be like testing the beverages, so he's like a natural filtration device. This like
Cool.
boy
Yeah,
made
you
of
give
sand.
it. You give it to Jenkins, and Jenkins goes, "Oh, sick! Love this stuff." Yep, it's good. Immediately,
Cool.
you
Great.
see it filtering through the sand of his body, like fresh veins glowing for a second. With that color of the liquor, and then just nods and goes, "Anything else for me to drink?"
I think Okora, while this is happening, I think Okora their attention is more around them. There's a part of them of, if someone did this and they know that there's going to be a tasting before the barrels are out, is there someone making here trying to look to see if their attempt was successful?
Give me a recon check, please. We're gonna call this. This is tough. If you're, yeah, we're gonna call this an 8. For sure.
Also, during this entire time, Brussels is like only looking at the glowing lights that are coming from deeper in the cave.
Yeah.
That's unfortunately a 3.
Okay. On a 3, what you do not see, Okora, but that we see as the audience, is someone slipping deeper into the caves, into the caverns, down past the barrels, past the production line, past the bottling and the barreling, all the way to the root. We see spikes, black metal spikes, stabbing in through the tunnels. It seems that you finally reached the part of your faction boundary where you've struck iron. I don't know if you would be familiar with this substance, even if you found it. However, we see the roots touched by fey hands, shivering and spasming as if in pain themselves, still leaking out the liquor at the correct pace. But there's something different about it. There's something wrong about it. And we cut from there. We find, I believe we find, the commoner of the spring court, the commoner of the summer court, the commoner of the winter court, and the high authority of the autumn court. How we find you is the high authority of the autumn court has just arrived in the spring court perimeter. Dignitaries and other high authorities arrive early, usually for show and for secret private meetings. However, many commoners take up the banner of their court and welcome them in. It's certainly not a parade, but commoners are forced to celebrate the high authorities. Each of you are waving banners from your own courts. As High Authority Autumn Court, could you please describe what we see?
Yeah. You would see a very large, like larger than life, even for a fae, slender male who has his wings are two crescent moons that start together right above his head and then like bring out. He wears a like black tuxedo that all of the arms like trail off into like night, like dressing gown night things. So as he walks, he seems like he's drawing a shadow with him. His eyes are just like a liquidy gold that reflect like right as the sun's setting at like the end of the at the end of the autumn before it turns to winter for the first time. That light is captured in his eyes, and you see second in line to the throne, Prince Equinox, making a way, stopping to anyone reaching out to him, being very polite to everyone, finding the commoners that are like looking for people, but also finding like the military commanders or the salespeople and stopping and trying to get a sense of what is being presented in this parade of people and making sure everyone knows he is being courteous to all.
Yeah, this is a parlay move. This is very diplomatic. You are trying to convince the people en masse that you are polite and charming and good intended. So please roll me a parlay. We are going to call this, I will say, it's hard to convince the people in a place you aren't liked that you are likable, but it's pretty low stakes if they don't like you. We'll call this an 8.
Okay. And can I add my community tab to this?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, cool. So that does what mechanically?
So is this your faction tenant?
Yes, one of our 2 tenants is community.
Yeah, you can roll this at advantage, so roll twice. Take whatever's higher.
Cool. Because I need to explode to hit an 8. So that's real nice. First one's a 5.
Okay.
Second one's a 4, so
Okay.
neither meet it.
So you are being very polite. You are presenting with a lot of gravitas. And there are people who are convinced that what a lovely prince, what a lovely presence. But there are more people who have lived here longer that remember the feud of the first sting. They do not want to believe that you could be charismatic and good. It is more about preconceived notions about you than it is how you're actually presenting, because you're doing very well. Commoners, you're stood side by side, and yes, you're all from different factions, but you're all commoners. None of you are any richer or any better than anyone else, which is true of all of you, but none of you think so. And you have a moment as this prince passes. You're kind of talking to each other. What do you say? We are currently in the spring court. We're here for the Tournament of Thorns. Everyone's starting to arrive. So the festival's being held in the spring court. And you commoners have a few moments to kind of, talk to each other while you're waving these banners about your real feelings about the Tournament of Thorns and the high authorities and royals coming here. What do you say to each other?
I think as the 3 of them are conversing, you see a commoner with very wild, wavy red hair. She has these antlers that are sticking out of her head. And she is dressed in like woven hemp that is like formed into like a very big, almost like a tattered ball gown of sorts. And she is holding a little joint in her hand and enjoying herself, puff passing with these other commoners, and leans over to the two others and goes, "Oh my gosh, someone like that would never. Do you think if we offered him, if he would take some? Probably not, right? Probably not."
My commoner from Spring Court takes a puff and says, "He actually looks kind of hot, but I just never believed anything anyone from the Autumn Court has said." And presenting himself this way, bit on the nose, right? And you would see my commoner is Orchid, but she works with the bees. She's a beekeeper, but the way that she's styled in the spring court is as if you've got like a bunch of I don't know how to, please know that this makes sense in my head, but imagine a high fashion beekeeper's outfit. Like, yes. Okay, if we understand what that looks like, it makes sense in my head. Can I draw it? No.
Make it fashion?
yeah. Beekeeper's outfit, make it fashion. And is holding one of the things she likes to do is greet people with jars of honey. But like she's absolutely partaking at the show that is this guy.
Do you offer the prince who is passing a jar of honey?
I think she reluctantly, while holding a flag, also in one hand, just
Prince Equinox, do you take it?
Yeah, he would. Would see a member of the Spring Court offering a jar of honey. It's so nice that we can all move forward together, despite the sins of the past. Thank you for doing this service, and hands it to one of his attendants behind him.
Orchid takes the blunt and says, "Would you like a puff?"
If I didn't have to walk like 8 more miles, yes. But you can find me later tonight, and maybe,
Oh, okay. Yeah, we can. I have like a whole bag of the best stuff from the summer court, so we could definitely find you later.
I
For
feel
sure.
like the hand just appears to grab the blunt that is being offered to the prince. And it's just all of a sudden you just see this character just like pop from the winter court. He basically, because his clothes are very simple and usually like dark, so they could look more fitting to the occasion, and because of the connection with the autumn court, he's wearing a autumn leaf as a sash, like a Roman sash, as a way of like being like, I know how to dress properly for the occasion. And then it just grabbed the blunt from behind you, and it just goes, we could totally find you later. This is, I mean, we're all, aren't we all,
Yeah.
I can't feel my nose though, but it's okay.
That's the stuff we lace the spring stuff in with. What? I'm really high.
But
Just
your point, yes.
Giggles galore nonstop.
We
Prince
should
Equinox.
all come together and support, just like you said. Exactly.
Prince Equinox, you
That's so
hear
cute.
some fanfare behind you, and you see the daughter of the last weaver has arrived. She floats down, being born to the weaver, who was from the summer court before this. The daughter of this weaver lived with them in the center of all 4 factions for all of her life with her family, and so kind of doesn't fit into any one faction. People call her the Nowhere Princess, and as she steps forward, she seems a little timid and like is looking around, and when people wave banners, she like flinches and then like relaxes and steps forward in this gossamer, lacy, but all black, as if still grieving her father, long trained gown. Think of the wedding dress from Ready or Not, but all in black. And as she walks forward, she catches your eye, Prince Equinox, and she goes into a gentle curtsy, and then looks down at your arm and then up at you like, can I walk with you, please? Like, not as a like, aren't you gonna take my arm? It's more of like a, hi, I'm scared. Could I have some support?
Like, without talking, so that it doesn't sound like he's trying to like overstep or tell her what to do, he'll bow just as deep as her, and when he comes back up, have an arm already extended to give her the choice of whether or not she walks with him.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look like the court is deciding to
Immediately,
take
her
the
arm
weaver.
goes into yours, and she leans over and whispers, "Oh, thank God. Thought I was going to pass out. Everyone's looking at me, and I've never had this many eyes on me before, and I don't know where I'm walking to. This red carpet seems like it goes on forever. I'm very scared.
Yeah.
I'm very, very scared. Nice to meet you, by the way. Hi."
You as well. Hello. To help, the path does end. It will go on for far longer than you would imagine, but it will end. Everyone here is so excited to see you. The eyes are intimidating, but smile and remind them that they're just as part of the world as we are.
Yes,
And
of
then
course.
they'll love you even more.
Okay.
And in terms of the scared, I'll be here if you want me.
Are you
You
being
can call me
kind to me?
Equinox. And yes, why would I not be kind?
I didn't think it. No, please, no. Sorry. I didn't mean that you weren't kind of. I didn't think you were kind of. That I heard you weren't kind. Usually people aren't kind to me. No. Thank you. Yes, please. Forward we go. And she kind of like tilts her chin up very forcibly and is looking at people and smiling. Her eyes like get wide and look confused when she sees three commoners just like smoking a joint with their banners on the side. But she goes, "Oh, fascinating. Oh, okay.
It is medicinal, I can assure you.
Oh, I'm sure it is. Even if it wasn't, and then when I wasn't saying, and everyone's allowed. Oh, I'm not gonna make it through this festival, am I?
Let's play a game. Don't think about them.
Okay.
You ask me a question, I'll ask you a question, and we'll go back and forth, and that way our focus can be on ourselves. They'll see that we're communicating and lively. They can't say anything about your position or candor, and the questions don't even need to matter. They could be, what's your favorite color of goldfish? To which the correct answer has to be green, because goldfish shouldn't be green.
Then I'm very scared I might fail this game. What happens
no
if you
way to fail.
lose?
You can't lose. It's getting to know each other. That's the game. Society is a game, and we're just playing together.
Oh, delightful! Yes, what nightmare did you have last night?
You know, that is a starting question.
I'm sorry,
last
should I have asked
night-
something
No,
stupid?
it's
What I meant was,
wonderful,
what's your
because now we
favorite
know a lot
color
about
of
each
robin
other.
and why is it purple?
I do love the purple robins.
I think they're
The
lovely.
red ones are too hard to see, you know. But I think
Yes.
that I didn't have a nightmare last night, so unfortunately I can't answer that question. But
Oh,
I've had ones in the past of everyone going back to the first sting and the world falling apart again. But that's what we're here to prevent, right? We're here to keep everyone on track.
Yes, we'll keep everyone on track. Usually that was Father's job. But I suppose
He was
it's
a
up to
great
us
job
now.
at it. It is.
Yes.
Are you putting yourself in the running, or
Oh, no. I'm hoping that I can move out of the Weaver's Tower and maybe just have a nice garden. I've been really reading about how to garden, and I think I could do it. Maybe a small cottage under a leaf, or an errant mushroom growing off of a tree stump. I'm not picky, I swear. I'll live anywhere.
Not the ones to give you the best garden, but if your gilded tower grows lonely, we have many mushrooms on trees and cabins that have perfectly changing leaves falling forever on top of them. And you're welcome to join the Autumn Court as a place of refuge, or a vacation home, or somewhere more permanent if you need someone to just have consistency with once again.
Oh. Well, that does sound very lovely. And you are being kind. That's wonderful. Maybe you're right. Maybe I could join a court. Maybe the world won't crumble into ashes like I saw in my dreams. Yes, let us have a drink.
You don't feel too bad about picking one court or the other. The 3 courts other than Spring used to all have the same family line. So we could be distant cousins and not even know it.
Oh,
But
having family would be
nowadays-
nice.
But nowadays they're all so divided, so Don't pick one or the other out of loyalty. Go where your heart tells you to go.
I will try. And as she pats your hand over her arm and continues to walk with you, she's still babbling and rambling a little bit. We see something strange in the distance. A silhouette that grows larger and closer. Something hungry just off in the forest, waiting for the festival to begin. And that is where we'll end this episode.
Yay!
I'm sorry, we're ending it. Something is off hungry in the fucking forest.
I don't want to end this, but what? Yay!
The hell?
Hooray!
Also, Sean, I can't get over the flirting going so well, and then your character being like, we could be related.
Hey, it wasn't meant to be that. It was meant to be like the whole
I know.
don't, because knowing she's from the summer court, being like, you don't need to go back there because we could just as easily be connected.
Listen,
Sure.
you don't need
I
to
meant.
Sure. Yeah.
If improv is hard, friends, especially when you all are on this monitor being heathens.
I wasn't being a heathen. I was actually being really sweet.
I was being a straight up heathen for sure.
Are we going
All
to?
I saw was saw gifts and my wife.
Well, we will be back for a part 2 very soon. It has been silly, scary, deadly, and all of the good things so far. Would we like to do outros before we leave? Great.
Yeah.
I will kick it off to Gloria to begin.
Hi, Gloria, Glow Pink said Charm Party. You are watching this on my channel, and this is amazing. I'm scared. I can't believe one of my characters already died.
Incredible. Popcorn over to Sean.
Hello, everyone. I am Sean. You can find me all across the internet at Help Action Needed. I have a podcast and a Twitch channel and a YouTube, and I'm there. That's me.
Incredible. Victor, you next.
Hi, everybody. I am Victor. You can find me in some places as Victor the Story Weaver, TikTok, Instagram, that kind of stuff. And that's about it.
Lovely. And last but never ever least, Jenel.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jenel. You can find me on the interwebs at Boss Jellybean everywhere. Yeah, this was a lot of fun. I just realized, wait, Victor, your handle is the Story Weaver. Does that mean your character has to end up as the Weaver?
Ooh.
I will neither confirm nor deny.
Okay. All right.
He's a plant.
Incredible. And I am Meadow, and I have been Meadow and will hopefully continue to be Meadow in the future. You can find me everywhere on the internet that matters at How Do You Love Darlin' or How Do You Love Darlin' GM. You can find this game and other games that I write and run on my Patreon at How Do You Love Darlin' Games. Thank you so much for having me, and I can't wait to come back and see where this goes.
Yay! Bye! Also, this is Glow Jelly Needed.
God.